Yeah. Hey everyone, we're doing a end of year figure chat thing, just very casual, so casual in fact we might not even do it.
Yeah, but yeah, just to have a breakdown of the year really.
Yeah.
End of year video, talk about, well, particularly your year, the figures that you've got this year. Now I thought we should start with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because we both have this.
Yeah.
I've got this figure.
So, I like the film a lot.
I loved it.
It's
the best Spider-Man film,
well,
by far.
that's what I was just going to say.
Because this alone is a point of discussion.
Yeah.
I loved Homecoming. I thought Tom Holland was perfect.
Oh yeah, he is. He's very good.
I think that Tom Holland, he plays Spider-Man really well, but plays Peter Parker really well as well, which is what I find or found was lacking with the previous ones. Like I thought, I mean, firstly, Tobey Maguire's way too old to be Peter Parker. Let's be honest.
I mean, I never really thought that.
When
I was watching, you know, especially the first two, it never entered my head that he looks too old to be Peter Parker. He's got a youthful look. So, yeah. They said, I didn't think of this, someone else on YouTube said it and it clicked. I was like, oh yeah, that's true. What's the part of New York he's from? Queens?
Queens.
He does the Queens
He does
accent.
Queens, yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah.
I can't remember what video it was, but yes.
Apparently no one else has bothered doing that. So.
Yeah, I've seen the same video, and it's true. And he's English as well.
I wonder who said that. I should really credit you, but I'm afraid it's a very spontaneous little thought.
No, I've seen that video. I think it was just something that popped up on YouTube. Suggested for you. I've definitely seen that as well.
Great film.
You're right.
Sometimes I wonder whether this or Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock is still my favourite, because that is a great movie.
When was the last time you watched it? I mean, to be fair, I've not watched it in
honestly
years.
About 3 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it still holds up?
Yeah, big time. I got all the nice steel books that I showed in a video ages ago, really nice holographic covers, and it made me want to watch them again. I didn't get part 3 because I dislike it that much.
That's dreadful.
Yeah.
Did you ever leave it in any dynamic poses for long periods of time? Because mine's, I've just left it in museums. I don't want to fuck it. But
went crazy with
beep it out.
Crazy with a pose session, but I didn't ever leave them in anything extreme. I wanted to,
because I wondered like whether this suit would actually hold up.
It'd be alright. I reckon it would.
Because it's not like the Iron Spider.
No, you definitely couldn't leave that one in any kind of pose, but this one you probably could.
I mean, that's another figure we can talk about, the Iron Spider.
Yeah, it would be here, but I sold it. It's gone.
Yeah. Because I remember when you first got it, I was still like, oh, I wouldn't have minded getting it, and then I saw your videos and I was like, oh, actually.
It's beautiful. Like, when it's just standing up straight, it's gorgeous. There's no doubt about it. But I've seen a lot. I just said to Nick, there's a lot of people posting on Facebook who've just got their Iron Spiders, and they post a picture of it standing like that, and that's it. And that's across the globe, just the same pose. People change the pincer arms a bit, but basically.
But I mean, the interesting point there is that clearly this is very similar.
Yeah.
Like, in terms, I wonder what kind of long-lasting damage would actually happen to this if you did leave it in place. Not that I would try that.
I reckon there's a good chance it will be fine.
I think this one will probably be okay. Yeah. But yeah, Homecoming is
sick figure.
The Mark Hamill Joker, that was.
Oh yeah,
for a while.
It's been a while now.
I think this is the first time I've actually seen it in person, so
okay,
have a little goosey gander.
I literally got no complaints with that one. It's beautiful.
It's nice, man.
Absolutely stunning. New body, I guess they had to use because he's really sort of skinny and lanky.
Lanky, isn't he? Yeah.
Tailoring's lovely. Head sculpt's perfection.
Yeah.
Comes with some good accessories like weapons and stuff. Yeah, perfect basically.
Does he come with a backdrop?
He did. Yeah, it was the Gotham Gates.
They started including those more now. Yeah, it's a shame that they're so narrow. They're not good for photography.
No,
like, you know, it should be much wider. There we go. But yeah, that's a sick figure, man. Yeah. It's very cool.
He's awesome, and you should definitely get him if you can. And that's about it, really.
The Harley Quinn.
Hated upon release. When this figure came out, it was just slaughtered. But I really like it. I think, you know. the joints are a bit ugly, but if you can cover them up, I've managed to cover up most of them apart from the knees.
Things. I mean, most of the things that I'm going to say are mostly nitpicks, but things like, why couldn't they have done the tattoos on the legs? If they've done them on the arms, and all of the other, well, I don't know about the prison one, but the other Harley, the normal version, that's got tattoos on the legs. Why can't they have just used?
So someone did say once that she didn't have them on her legs in that scene. I couldn't tell you whether that's true or not. I haven't checked. Someone did say.
Okay, fair enough. But I mean, there's obviously the whole teeth issue, which I guess it's not that bad.
I think it's alright.
I mean, the likeness is there.
Yeah,
they are a bit big.
Maybe it's just they haven't done the gum work so well.
Yeah.
It just makes it look like one big white row of something. But if there was more definition between the tooth and the gum and then the lip, I think it would be more realistic. But it's something that small, mass-produced, the way they do, I don't know. It's tricky.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad looking figure. I mean, the knees as well. Like, don't get me wrong, they're not that bad.
Well,
when stood up straight, when you can't bend them.
Yeah.
But I just think that
I
just think that they,
and the dress isn't made out of material like it should be.
No, it doesn't. The way that it falls on the body, it doesn't have any kind of natural
plastic
drape. It doesn't. Again, the thing with the dress and the body is that I just think they can do better. I just think that they could have done better. But moving swiftly on to Jared Leto, I mean, this is sort of an interesting discussion within.
There they are.
Within
they're out of focus, but there they are.
The community. I just think that. Did you like Suicide Squad?
Parts of it.
Parts of it.
I'll tell you. Let me go through that quickly. Yeah, certain characters and the actors that portrayed them did really well. Margot Robbie obviously was amazing. Right. Will Smith, who I didn't expect. I've always liked Will Smith since back in the frigging day, watching Fresh Prince and Independence Day, Bad Boys, all that stuff. Always liked him.
Getting jiggy with it.
Didn't give a hoot about him being in Suicide Squad. It wasn't like, oh, I can't wait to see Will Smith in that film. Didn't care, but he was actually really good.
I've heard that. I've heard he's one of the best things. I haven't seen the whole film.
Jared Leto's Joker was definitely one of the worst. And I've said it many times, I'm not sure if it was him, like Jared Leto, who caused that, or maybe it was just because the lines he was given to read from the script were terrible. He had to read what was on the script, it was awful, like the script is just friggin' terrible, but he's a great actor. I mean, I've seen him in a lot of stuff and I know he can do it.
For sure. I don't, one thing that I'm unsure of is some of the things that you heard from on set about his behaviour. I just think that's it's like it's so unnecessary. Like, what are you going to gain from doing that?
Absolutely.
It just seems a bit silly.
There's there's so much cringe. There's more cringe than not with as the Joker, definitely.
But my main
bust ass music video he did on a boat.
Oh god, yeah, terrible. But my main point is that for me personally, and I know that a lot of people are going to disagree, and I hope in the comments, please tell me why I'm wrong. But I don't see the point of owning a figure from something that you don't care for. Which is the thing with these figures, is that that is an amazing. My analogy was that it's like an amazingly immaculate, polished turd. It's very well done. It looks, it's spitting image. It's a great looking figure, but of a character from a franchise or a film that I couldn't care less about.
But I just think they're exquisite, beautiful, perfect figures. Beautiful, perfect turds. I love them.
So that's my main thing with it. This is just my personal opinion, but I don't like the gangster cheesy tattoos. I just don't like the crocodile skin coat. I just don't like the direction that they went with it, and that's just my personal opinion. I'm not necessarily saying that it's bad, but it's for me, I don't like it. But with the Joaquin Phoenix, I really like.
Yeah, what I'm seeing sort of so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
he
I really
smokes
like.
a lot. Yeah, he smokes a lot.
I don't know whether that's him as a person or whether he's in character. I'm not sure. But yeah, no, most of the promo shots they've done, he's always been
parping
away,
parping
on a ciggy.
But yeah, wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Dodgy film.
Yeah, we've got a lot to
Dodgy performance.
to discuss.
But I like the figures because they look cool.
So this is well, this is the thing. I mean, that's for like again that everyone has.
I would have sold them by now. I've had them a while.
Well, this is the thing.
They're still here.
I'm thinking, why?
Still here.
Why haven't we got rid of those yet? But you know, the main thing is that everyone has different reasons for why they want to own a figure, and there's no right or wrong reason. Which is, I'm not saying that there is, but like for me personally, it's like it's a beautiful figure. It looks so well.
I mean, they knocked it out of the park. But even with the purple guy, has serious issues, man. With the whole
well, yeah.
Thing.
You know, we could go on all day about quality control issues with Hot Toys. I mean, do you know what's interesting as well? Is that I think, you know, because we've been collecting for 10 or 11 years. We've been collecting Hot Toys for about 10 or 11 years. Staining issues and things like that, you rarely had those problems back in the day. It seems like a more recent thing.
I guess the Russian demand's strong in that. Well,
the only
audience figure or something.
The only serious quality control issue I can think of from back in the day. Well, there's a few. There are a few actually. There's the oily abs for the DX02, and the Watchman comedian. His vest that melted. But yeah, I think particularly with fabric staining, like that was never. I never remember any issues like that. So, but yeah, that's a whole other topic of debate, I guess, with some of the issues that these things have when you spend so much money on them, where they're inevitably going to get ruined. You know, I mean, again, it goes back with Iron Spider and lots of other figures. You know, it's a difficult one because you can complain all you want, but at the same time they're obviously doing their best and trying to
keep up with the movies that are currently out, that are coming out soon, and the promises that they've said that they were going to, you know, like Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, they literally put out the artwork event and said it was coming soon, and it's still not here all these years later.
Oh yeah,
we might as well talk about her now.
Oh yeah. I mean,
they just mentioned Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman.
Yes, yeah.
But
this is right at the end of the year today.
Yeah, man. Literally today. This is the Cumic Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. I'm not too sure if they did more than one. I get confused.
No, I don't think they have.
Okay.
So there's another Catwoman, another third party Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman on the market, which is AC Play, I think. And from what I understand, again, people that subscribe might be able to clue me in on this, but from what I gather, this one has the best suit, and the AC Play one has the best head sculpt. So some people have Frankensteined the two and put the AC Play head sculpt on this one. It's not a bad sculpt. I mean, the likeness probably isn't that great, and it could be paler.
I think it's as close as they can go without getting in trouble.
Yeah, you know? I guess so.
I mean, it's like I don't
think that's intentional though. I don't like, particularly with like I remember you saying with the Liam Neeson one actually about them getting it just wrong enough to not get sued. But in China, even if you bang on, their copyright laws are so different over there. They're still going to, I don't think that comes into play when they're making it. I don't think they're thinking, we should try and make it a bit whack.
But to be honest, I mean, I literally just got this from Nick today as a Christmas present, so I haven't even. I guess I'll review it and let you know what I think of it then. But first impressions are pretty damn sick. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said to you, I just found it in like a little random shop in Brighton.
It's my first 1/6 scale Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. So
well, you've got the
Batman's up there
head statue.
Yeah, we can use that base for her. Do some sick photography with it and that.
Yeah, and the posability as well.
It seems
really good as well. I had to play around with it. So yeah, I obviously saw it and thought, wow. And I asked you if you wanted me to buy it for you, and for whatever reason, I think you declined at the time.
Did I?
Yeah, but I was thinking, nah, that's not happening.
Yeah, man.
I
love it. It's sick.
Also, just the randomness of finding a 1/6 scale Catwoman figure in the wild in my hometown. Tactical Batman. That's amazing, man. Like, just I think it's hard, just like the generosity of people, and it's obviously, again, it's an expensive thing. So for someone to do that, such a nice thing to do.
It's amazing. Thank you, Myla, if you're watching.
Thank you from me for seeing it. I mean, it's a beast.
Yeah, man.
I mean, when I first saw the promo shots and stuff, I wasn't keen on the suit, and I know you felt the same.
Yeah, I was never keen on this suit. I had no intention of getting it.
But it's intimidating. Yeah, it's formidable. It is. It's huge. Yeah, it's huge.
Very beastly.
But yeah, I wanted to kind of just like that's so nice for someone to do that. Like, you know, I think for anyone to say anything negative about someone being incredibly generous and kind is just idiotic. You know, so I can't. I mean, I think it's obviously, it's obviously a bit of jealousy there because you've worked hard. But
people say like stuff like, you get lost for words and stuff, but I genuinely do when it comes to something like this.
Sure.
When someone does something like this, saying thank you just seems so.
It doesn't seem enough. Yeah, it doesn't seem. Yeah,
I just literally, I just look at it and I think I can't believe someone would do that.
Yeah.
I've never met face to face.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Just,
I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to kind of.
It's amazing.
My thoughts, because that's.
It makes me feel I feel like shrinking when I think about it. It just makes me feel small. I don't know why.
It's very humbling, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think that's incredible. So she's obviously a very generous,
lovely lady.
Person, so.
But I mean, the film, like I said before when I reviewed it, I'm not too keen on the film at all. But I had no intentions of getting this suit because it wasn't one that I wanted to get. But now that it's in front of me, I would never ever doubt this again. No. It's just. It's beastly, man.
It's massive.
And the posability, as you saw in the review, the posability, he can do anything pretty much. Yeah, you'd look at him and you think, oh, he's not going to be able to do much, but he can do everything that the BBS one can do, or the Suicide Squad version. Great posability on them and great posability on him. Thanks again, Myla. I absolutely love this figure.
Yeah, that again, that's
couldn't
so
be happier
cool,
with it, man. It's amazing.
And also, like again, me being completely impartial, like you've been doing this for 10 years. Like
long time.
You've worked so hard, and for someone to show their appreciation like that, it's just such a kind of heartwarming thing.
Absolutely, it was crazy, man. I freaking love the figure. It's awesome. It's very cool.
So yeah, maybe mention Pop Toys now, because they sent again. This is we talk on Facebook. But this is the first time we've spoken in person about this. So they just sent you that to review, right?
Yeah, they got in touch and just said, would you be interested in reviewing a figure? They didn't say what figure it was. They just said, would you be interested in it? And I said, yes, absolutely, I'd love to. That was literally all I said, to keep it short. But that
weighs
a ton. Yeah, super heavy.
It's all metal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's an amazing figure.
It really is, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. You just pre-order it on their site when it comes out. I reckon you pay about 130, maybe 140.
So yeah,
but they do a lot of warrior stuff now. They got lots of warriors on 1/6 scale horses, and there's one guy who's got chainmail armor from head to toe, and he's basically looks like Cousin It from the Addams Family, but chainmail version. So they've done a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, that's the one piece I received from them. They were happy with the review, and they said they'd be up for sending me more stuff, but that was a while ago. So I guess it's just a matter of waiting and see. I don't bother them or anything. So. Just see what happens in the future. But it was very nice of them to give a hoot enough to
an acknowledgement.
Yeah, man.
And Tomb Raider is Pop Toys as well. We're not 100% sure. I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I think it is. It's Pop Toys to Explorer.
Oh, this is Pop Toys as well.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne.
Just bundle in all the Pop Toys figures.
We'll get Lara out of the way. I really like this figure, and I do need to get a fire sim body for it. The skin tone matches a bit of a problem so far.
I think it all depends on the lighting, because from where I am,
it's not too bad.
It's not. I
like
think
the proportions.
The arms and the face kind of match, but it's the neck and the chest that is a bit lighter than the rest.
Yeah.
It's not so bad.
But I do really love that figure. For photography, that was what really got me, because she's really poseable, and some figures just photograph really easily. You don't have to do much manipulation later on your phone trying to fix the brightness or try and make the face look not so washed out and stuff. She was just a dream to photograph and pose, and I was really happy with the results, and just really like her on display. She's not in this room at the moment because of the lack of space, but when I do have her set up, she's always shines.
Do you have it set up with the giant base?
I did for the longest time, for a good, maybe almost a year, and then space, so I just had to kind of put it back in storage up in the loft and stuff, but There was the regular version, which was well, basically with the deluxe one that I got, you get that big diorama-y light up robot thing that she defeats in the beginning of the first movie Jolie was in. But with this deluxe one, you also get the option of interchangeable legs. That these legs for the shorts, and then another pair of legs for the leggings. So she can have leggings or shorts. But great head sculpt, great posability. The body probably won't hold up. I've got her strategically posed so that the elbows aren't bent. The legs, you know.
I think the head sculpt for what it is very good.
Yeah. Nice little touch with doing the ponytail as actual hair, but the actual hair on her head is sculpted.
Yeah.
So it's a
nice.
It's a cool idea. But one day I'll get a better body for her, and she'll look even better than that. So it's just a matter of matching the skin tone of the head sculpt. Really.
Didn't you try?
I did. I bought a suntan Firesim body, which is still in a drawer because I haven't got the use for it.
Is it still too light?
It's basically pale. So I don't know what's going on with the Firesim bodies, but I ordered the suntan one. It was the same skin tone as Catwoman. She's pale as buggery, so
yeah.
But yeah, highly rate this piece, man. The Pop Toys Tomb Explorer, it's called. Great little Lara Croft figure if you want one.
See, my only thing, like, if I was to get a Lara Croft, it wouldn't be from the film because the films weren't great.
I got a soft spot for Jolie.
Well, yeah.
She's hot.
Yeah. Well, you had the twins.
Yeah.
People that have been subscribing for a while will remember the twins.
Bits of them everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, and obviously the League of Shadows.
Yes, this is from Alex McPhee.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, if you're watching. It's an absolutely awesome gift, man. Seriously. And the John Carpenter T-shirt and the Dark Knight Rises cowl, which I put around here somewhere. But Pop Toys did an amazing job with the armor. This is friggin'. It looks perfect to me. I checked the movie and all the little patterns seem correct. The proportions are great. I was able to pose them pretty well. Nick also gave me this amazing little head play Bruce Wayne head from
It's old, man. It's probably from not long after we started collecting, so it's probably like 8 years old.
Yeah. Let me just focus on this for a sec. Oh yeah, this is the head play head sculpt. It is meant to be from Batman Begins, is it? Yep. And I think it does look like him.
I mean, it's old
from that
I
film.
I think it's a really good likeness.
Tilt his head down a bit and cover up the joint there, but eventually I'm going to put the ninja mask back on him again. But I thought it'd be nice to just display him for a little while as the Bruce Wayne. I imagine it as the bit where he's, the final test. Is he going to kill the criminal guy and behead the poor bugger? Yeah. But yeah. I'll just focus that back on the table again. Sweet.
Yeah, again, it's another Alex, I've spoken with Alex on Facebook. Again, it's just another because that was your birthday as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so nice, man. There's such a great community. You're obviously very much at the forefront of it all. I'm kind of lurking in the shadows a bit, but it's it's so. And my with your the diorama.
Oh yeah.
Working again, like I said earlier, working with Stephen.
Yeah.
He was amazing. He's such a cool dude.
Stephen Maurice.
Yeah, Stephen Maurice. Yeah, such a nice guy. So again, it's just things like that, and the Batman, and it's just there's so many great people out there.
Yeah.
It's just nice to know that they're out there.
Yeah. It's definitely. I mean, I don't know what to say without sounding like a numpty, but
no,
it's just a beautiful thing. It does re-instill your faith a little bit in the world and humanity, because obviously there's a lot of grim stuff that we're hearing about every single day, and life can be, iffy at times. So when someone does something beautiful like this, I mean, yourself with the gifts today, and there is something else coming in the near future from Justin's collection, his channel. The Australian dude.
Oh yeah,
he's coming up big time at the moment. He's got almost 10,000 subscribers in a couple of months, man. He's doing the work. But he's sending me something. He didn't tell me what it is, but he said it was a birthday gift. And before I even had a chance to say anything, he's like, "It's on its way." So I was like, "Oh, okay, well, thank you." So I don't know what it is, but Justin, if you see this, I'm very much looking forward to seeing whatever it is, be it a shoelace or a a wrapper for a chocolate bar or something. It's all good. A gift is a wonderful thing to receive.
So for sure. And again, like I said, I just from my perspective, it's just so nice to know that
I mean, I got
some people out there. That
I got peed off when I did the video. I took it down about the situation with the guy who was saying negative things about the gift from Myla. And I did say in that video, that's it, I ain't doing that anymore. If someone says I want to send you something, I'm just going to say no. But then I got a whole bunch of people sending me messages saying, don't you let one person...
No. And rightly so. It's you know, I think the thing is as well, it's like you're asking, you know, it's people that want to, and you know, and that's there's nothing wrong with that.
It's just a nice thing, man.
It's just a really nice gesture from some really great people, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're asking for it. It's just, you know, you know. So yeah, I think that's.
Is there any more Pop Toys stuff?
I think that's it.
We would do Travis Bickle, but I can't remember who made it. So.
No idea. Well, that's not even the good head. There's two of them, isn't there? That's probably people should just go back and watch the videos about him. To be honest,
just go back and watch my Taxi Driver stuff.
There's a few.
You'll have to dig deep, but there's about 6 or 7 different Taxi Driver bigger videos on the channel between this one and another one that came out before.
Well, there was two. Yeah, there was two Travis Bickles from 2 different companies. I can't remember either of them. No one that was familiar.
But about films you haven't seen yet, you haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, have you? So what do you think of the training version of Wonder Woman by Hot Toys?
What do I think of the training one?
You go ahead, you take
the training version of Wonder Woman. I don't know. I mean, I think it's probably is it Gal Gadot?
Yeah.
Gadot? I don't know.
It is the best head sculpt they've made.
I think it's the best one that they've done. I think that I don't think that the Justice League one is as bad as everyone says. I've not seen it in person, but from what I see, I think it's perfectly good.
I don't like the Justice League head sculpt, but Unreal Toys recently repainted it. You might have seen it, like today. He put it up on eBay or something.
The eyes sticking to the side, yeah.
No, that's a different one. That's sick as well. I don't know which head sculpt that was originally, but he's done a very recent reworking of the Justice League head,
right?
And he's just added more makeup and made her iris bigger and just made it look amazing, man.
Right. I mean, no, I don't think this is definitely the best Hot Toys sculpt for sure. I don't think any of them are perfect, but you can't. You know, very few Hot Toys.
I do think this one is perfect. It's just you can't help but wonder what would it look like with rooted hair.
I mean, how is the training scene long? Is there a large portion of the film where she's
the
dressed
first
like
act?
this?
The whole first act of the mascara, she wears that basically.
Right. Okay. That's what I think. The thing that I often think is that, you know, when is it relevant to make a costume? Like if they're only in it for like a couple of seconds.
It's not a case of that with this one for sure.
Okay.
Batman Begins figure very quickly.
Yes.
This is from Derek Fagan in Another Gift. Jesus Christ, man.
There's some again.
I didn't even think about that until I literally looked at it and I said, "Oh, it's another one." But Derek, amazing. Thank you so much, man. It was the missing piece from the 1/6 scale Batman lineup.
It's so nice. Again, I bet when you started doing YouTube, you never thought you know, like it's
not in a million years.
It's crazy, man. And it's it's. I also again. I don't want to toot your horn, but like.
I'm English, I don't know what to do when people do that.
Right. Well, it's,
Americans love it. They're like,
Yeah, I know, but it's, you've put in a lot of work for a long time for little to no reward. So it's nice for people to show their appreciation.
Yeah, man. I really do appreciate it. Honestly, man. It, like I said, I just feel very humbled by it, and I get a bit lost for words. I don't really know what to say.
Well, again, like you said, the English.
Thank you.
The English is strong there, just not really know what to say. But yeah,
it's an amazing piece. This is originally
it was a Toy Fair
exclusive. Yeah, they did one very similar to this before. Maybe. Well, technically the third version of Batman Begins that they did in 1/6 scale, and I've changed a few things. He's got a Takara Batman Begins cape on now. He's got the Takara gauntlets on. I've repainted his whole cowl with a nice matte black spray paint, and that's about it.
It's. I'm sure it's almost identical to the previous version. It's the Batman Begins suit from the Dark Knight line.
Yeah.
Because they did do a Batman Begins figure, which was like, I think that must have been in maybe their first 10 figures or something.
The old one.
Maybe MMS 1, not one, but
one of the very first.
Man. It is one of the first, yeah.
Well, one of the first major film licensed ones, anyway. Like they did military stuff, I guess.
Oh yes, yeah. And they did do unlicensed people as well. I mean, they always have with true types.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's another
The
thing.
original Robocop figures they did, and Rocky.
Yeah, for sure.
Did they do a Rambo?
They did do, yeah.
Rambo?
They did do a Rambo. They also, I mean, obviously they did all the Colonial Marines and it's fine. I mean, this was, I suppose, I mean, it wouldn't have been long before we started collecting, because my first Hot Toys figure ever was the dog alien.
Oh yeah.
And I broke it the day I got it, because it was when they were kits. I think this is another thing. I maybe people can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it had to do with licensing. The reason that it came as a kit and not as a complete figure, because the licensing for different medias is different. So you could license out the figure license to one company, but the model kit license to another.
It was like scales, like they have that with scales now. Like one company will have the rights to the 1/4 scale Dark Knight.
Yes.
And Hot Toys will have the rights to the 1/6 scale. And they have to wait for that contract to run out, and then they can make it.
I think it's like that. So that's why they came kits. Anyway, tangent. Putting the legs on, putting the arm and legs on, because the ball joints were so hard. And this is my first figure, so I was not aware of hair drying.
Yeah, we weren't too clued up about that. We used to just do it raw.
Yeah, going in raw is not a good idea. So
gradually we started to learn about hair dryers.
Absolutely,
and stuff.
and I remember with the like with Predator dreads, always poofing out, putting an elastic band around it and dipping it in boiling water and then straight to cold. All these little techniques that you learn over the years of collecting. But that was my first figure, so that was before I knew better. And I remember putting the leg on and the ball joint just shattered. And I just had to. It was the first Hot Toys. There I go. Also though, this was back when. That sounds so old, but this was back when a Hot Toys figure was like £120. 130 max. I remember buying the Predator 1, which I still have. I remember buying that for £160 and thinking, oh, that's a bit expensive. That's a bit much.
How much did you pay for Harvey Dent?
Harvey Dent, I think it was like 70 quid.
70 quid.
Maybe it was like 80 with postage, but it was, it was cheap.
Yeah, man. And they never made them again?
No, they still haven't.
One of the reasons I sold them was I thought, how they do it again?
Yeah, I also got, I don't know why, because I didn't, this was before I'd seen, I think maybe I'd seen Iron Man. In fact, maybe that was the only one at the time. But I had do you remember I had the mech test, Tony Stark? And I bought that on Amazon. That was £98 on Amazon. I think I sold it a few years later for like £300 or something. But I think that's gone down. I don't think that's particularly valuable.
Yeah, probably. Well,
I don't know.
They never made another one.
If
you got an Iron Man collection, that's a pretty iconic moment from still the best Iron Man movie.
Yeah. What do you like, Iron Man 3?
Yeah, it's alright.
It's my least favourite.
It's my least favourite Iron Man movie.
It's my least favourite Marvel.
But it's got some funny moments. It's funny. There's some stupid bits, man.
It's so disjointed.
Gives away his address, like with his loved ones live there. Yeah, what are you thinking?
All the stuff with the little boy as well. I was just sitting there watching that, thinking, is this necessary? Bit of a tangent. Anyway, I don't know.
But coming back to him quickly, we'll just wrap it up.
Yes, I can't even remember what I was talking about.
The Batman Begins Toy Fair exclusive. Shout out to Derek Fagan. Thank you so much, dude. And I love Batman Begins.
Yeah.
The people know that. They know that I like it. So I probably shouldn't talk about it either. I like Batman Begins.
It's well documented.
Yes, it's the best of the trilogy.
Yeah. So I think we're probably fairly close to the end.
Let's talk about...
Let's get Futura Batman out of the way.
Because
there's probably not a great deal ever, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's a repaint of... Was the first one last year? I think it was. I think you had that last Christmas. This one was definitely this year. Because I haven't seen this. But I've got a feeling maybe that was right at the end of the year. Maybe that was the one before Spider-Man Homecoming.
Honestly not sure. I have a terrible concept of time and stuff, but...
it all blurs, doesn't it? Once you get past a certain age.
But this guy...
it all blurs.
This guy's great. The posability's not amazing at all. But it's a very... I've always loved the combination of black and red, and, you know...
It is just an homage to Batman Beyond, isn't it?
I guess.
And that mouth plate doesn't come with him.
That is the that whatchamacallit, Froey, what's it?
Batarang.
Yeah, that's pure Batman.
Throwy thing.
But that really is that is the same shape as the one, the Batman Beyond Prime 1 statue. It is literally the same one. So they definitely,
it's, I mean, it's clear, it's obvious,
Yeah.
it's an homage to it.
yeah.
That mouth plate didn't come with it, did it?
No, that's
Does it only come with black mouth plates?
Yeah.
It doesn't come. Have you seen, you know, the Bruce Wayne sculpt that you got for this? Have you seen that there is one for this figure that's pure black with red eyes?
No.
Have you seen that?
No.
It's the same sculpt, but pure black with red eyes. Someone wants this kit. I'll send you a link.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's
Just a cool looking piece, really. I love how shiny the red on his bat symbol on the chest is.
That's nice. What are your thoughts on the suit in general? Because I much prefer the Arkham Asylum suit to this. I mean this.
I've never been a fan. That's one of the things that put me off initially with the tactical suit. I've never been keen. That's again with the Dark Knight when they changed it from the Batman Begins suit to the more armored looking. I don't like Batman to have plates of armor and all that stuff. I like just simplified, animalistic, more of an animal than a person. When he puts that on, that's what I prefer. And even that's what one of the things that really got me with Batman Begins wasn't just how good the film was, but when I saw Christian Bale talking about the film in 2005, when he was obviously had a real strong passion for the part.
Yeah.
And as the interviews went on with the trilogy, he seemed to just be very monotone. Just passion didn't seem as strong. But when he spoke about Batman Begins, he said that when he puts on the suit, he was talking about the Batman Begins suit, that he ceases to be human, and that rung very true with me. Like just Batman, like back from being 9 years old in the cinema watching Michael Keaton at the beginning. That film, I mean, obviously, it's different now. But when I was 9,
the 89.
Yeah, the 1989 one, it did scare me a bit when I was a kid in the cinema.
Well,
I was
when
like,
you were a kid, yeah.
I was like 8 or 9, and I saw it, and I wasn't scared, like
Well,
hiding behind my
it
hand.
is a 15, so I'm guessing in America
It had a
probably
creepy vibe to it,
PG-13,
especially at the beginning when he first takes out those two goons, man, because he's very in the shadows and you see him sort of glide down.
Yeah.
I'd never seen that before.
It's all, it's
all
one
black
of those
as
ones
well.
that when you go back, it's a little cheesy.
Yeah.
I bet I'm gonna get so much.
It was
hate
weird
for
because we saw Batman Begins at the cinema, and then a while later we tried to watch at my place back in the
Oh,
old place.
yeah.
We tried to watch the '89 Batman film after seeing Batman Begins, and we
It was-
got
it
about
was
20
the-
minutes
it
in.
was I'm sure it was the. Oh, maybe we had just watched Batman Begins.
Yeah. We watched Batman Begins, we got about 20 minutes into the '89 movie, and we just sort of looked at each other at a certain point and just said, it's just not doing it anymore. But I will say, now that all the dust has settled, the trilogy, Christopher Nolan's old news, and we've had Justice League, we've had all these other DC films, now I can go back to the Tim Burton stuff and reappreciate it again.
I don't
is-
get me wrong. I think that Michael Keaton is a brilliant Bruce Wayne and Batman. Like I think that he's still,
Absolutely. And it's a very cool look as well. I love the suit. I can never
it's
decide.
It's very 80s Tim Burton. The whole aesthetic of the film, which obviously it is. It's an
And
80s
I like
Tim
Batman
Burton film.
Returns more and more as time goes on as well.
It's much darker.
Yeah, it is very dark.
think
They
it's-
gave him full control on that one.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
Just do whatever you want.
Well, that one. I mean, I don't remember at the time, but I know that was.
That's a great Christmas film.
A lot of people were shocked when it came out, just how dark it was.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the penguin biting people's noses and stuff.
Yeah.
Blood squirting everywhere.
I remember I saw Danny DeVito at Comic Con once do a talk.
Oh yeah.
And he did that. He did the penguin dribble and started just drooling on stage.
But yeah, I mean, even the first one's a bit dark with the way the Joker dies at the end, all smashed up on the concrete and that.
Well, I guess
With that creepy laugh just
but
continuously going
most
over and over
of
again.
it's just a bit cheesy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was the future. I much prefer the Arkham City suit, just from the games. I mean, I much prefer that suit.
Yeah.
And like again, I think your point, the armored.
Yeah. The more armoured he is, the less I like it. Basically, I just
Yeah.
want a simple, animalistic, preferably black, all black. But I don't mind the Ben Affleck, Dawn of Justice, and Suicide Squad grey and black. I think that's really cool as well. I mean, I really do like that look. I was going to say I can never really decide whether my second favourite Batman suit is the Dawn of Justice one or the Michael Keaton from either movie. I don't know. I think I like them equally, but there is a clear number one, and that Begins.
Oh yeah, well same for me. I mean, I probably agree with everything you just said. I don't think I like Batman Begins is easily my favourite, but out of Batfleck or Keaton, I think they're both good for different reasons.
Yeah.
So, what should we?
We've only got one left.
Yeah, Michael Myers.
Big ass Michael Myers. Now
I mean, that's a powerful beast.
It is, man. Huge shout out and mention for obviously One's Customs. He did the head sculpt. He made He made 10 head sculpts. Tanila's Customs, who handled the coveralls and the t-shirt and the knife. That's Tanila and her husband Dave. They only made 6 sets of these clothing and knives. So 10 head sculpts exist and 6 coveralls and t-shirt and knife. But everything about it is awesome. We won't talk about the boots.
It's just insane. Also, this is probably one of the rarest.
Yeah.
Rarest.
Honestly, it's still, even though I have it here, and it still hasn't hit me. It hasn't sunk in what it is, and the fact that there's not really any 1/4 scale custom Michael Myers figures. I mean, obviously, like I said, they made 10 heads, 6 sets of coveralls, and that's it.
What stand is that?
That's the stand that
came
with the Chucky doll. Yeah, that's the Chucky doll stand from Sideshow. Then later on, Mezco started making the exact same looking doll, but that's the Sideshow one. I don't know if it came with a base, the new version. But yeah, I mean, that's the 78 Myers from the original movie, and it's amazing. And again, massive thank you to Tanila and Dave. Amazing work. And One's Customs, as usual, always has a very distinct vibe with his Myers head.
You can
always tell.
Looking at others, you can spot his work and you can see.
I don't know how to describe it, but you can just tell.
I think the Boo face is slightly different, but the is it Blackest Size version 2?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
I think that you can the Blackest Size version 2 and the 1/4. You can tell it's ones. You know,
have we talked about it? Yeah, we done it. Yeah.
I think so. We
I mentioned briefly the other figure that came out, the Hot Toys 1/4 scale Batman Begins, even though that's more of an entertainment. You can't see that from where you are, guys.
Well, that's the Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's the Hot Toys head.
Yeah.
Is anything else?
You guys can't see it, but you know what's up there. There's like a mishmash of parts to make like the Ultimate Batman Begins, and I've got mainly the Hot Toys one set up as the first night out with the Balaclava. But I'll just say briefly, I think people waited a long time for Hot Toys to do the Batman Begins suit in 1/4 scale, and when it finally was released, there's a couple of things that just aren't right.
They missed the mark on quite a few things.
The whole cape setup is not good. It's a beautiful Batman cowl. It's an incredible cowl. Maybe the best 1/4 scale cowl, but it's very hard to say that because the Entebbe one is still fantastic. I really like the extra thickness of the Hot Toys one. You can see it from the side there. It's just a really thick neck. But yeah, that came out this year, so I would say, you know, the 1/4 scale Batman Begins, if that's the one you got your heart set on, it's still going to be amazing. You'll still love it, but it's definitely not a perfect figure.
I think that neither of them are perfect.
Yeah, neither
I
of them
think
are perfect.
if I had to choose, I probably would go with the Entebbe.
Yeah,
I think that with me,
the matte finish on the suit is more accurate, and it just it's just really nice.
You know, I think for me personally, obviously budget comes into factor. I would imagine.
Apparently, the Entebbe one's really hard to get now.
Really?
People say that a lot. They say when they do see it, it's really expensive. I haven't looked, but I've heard.
I would have assumed that the Hot Toys one would have made it come down in price, but maybe it's done the opposite. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a lot of people sold their Entebbe one in anticipation for the Hot Toys one and now regret it. Who knows?
It's possible, yeah. But yeah, I think if I was to choose, I'd still go with the Entebbe. But you know, I think that the Hot Toys one is a great figure. I don't want to discredit it, but they certainly missed the mark on a few things.
Let's just briefly mention, because there are some Hot Toys figures I'd love to see taken up to 1/4 scale. I think Deadpool would be sick in 1/4 scale. I don't know why. I could just picture him like as a big figure. I think the detail on the texture of his suit would be so much more impressive in 1/4 scale, and just all the accessories, the eyes interchanging.
Well, speaking of 1/4, the Heath Ledger Joker.
Oh,
I mean, we still haven't seen that.
Let me make sure we're still recording.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 1 hour and 15 minutes exactly.
But yeah, we still haven't seen that.
Yeah.
And that was, I mean, the Batman came out a good couple of months ago.
Yeah. Well, I assume because I think it's pretty much across the board. I certainly wasn't blown away by any image I saw.
No, I've not been.
The ones that were shown at the events where it was just in a glass case, I never looked at it and thought, wow, never once.
I don't think it's the...
Underwhelming. I think it's the hair.
I still think that the...
We're past sculpted hair now, especially in 1/4 scale.
1/4 for sure.
Especially with the Heath Ledger Joker. I mean, I don't think it's that hard to get.
I think that that's the only logical step up. I think that they did it all with the DX11.
Yeah.
Even when I mean, you know, I think in hindsight, I can be like, yeah, fair enough. But the DX01, I mean, it was at the time, that was an amazing figure, and I still think
I think it still
holds
decent.
up.
Oh yeah. It's a great
but
likeness.
you know, but I mean, you know, in hindsight, I can see, okay, well, the 2.0 was valid because it was just, it did seem like they were kind of milking.
Do you think the bank robber was valid, the second one?
Probably not. I think that I mean, again, the first bank robber sculpt was very strong. That was the first. That was my second Hot Toys figure. Was the bank robber Joker. And that at the time, that sculpt was like mind blowing. And it still holds up. I mean, it's, you know, it's definitely a great sculpt. But yeah, I mean, we still haven't seen the 1/4 Joker. That should be hitting. You've already paid for it.
Yeah, paid for it. Just waiting for it to come out. But I'm in no hurry. As far as I'm concerned, take as long as you want and just make the bloody thing decent. Make it worth the wait. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Because I'm in no hurry. It's fine. Do what you need to do. I don't know. I think it's probably a face tweak they're doing. I don't think they're going to be doing anything to the hair.
Do you know what? I kind of hope that is the case, because again, I don't think it's not from what I've seen. It's not bad sculpt, but I don't think it's as good as the DX11.
I hope they don't change the one with the half normal and half makeup. You know the one?
Yeah.
I hope they leave that alone, because I was always impressed with that. But
that's the exclusive item, isn't it?
Yeah. So,
I think we can probably wrap up. It's been a good year for figures. I mean, we don't really need to talk about ones we don't own.
Is there any that we don't own though that are really standout pieces that just we didn't get? What do you think? Sorry, Captain America's and Thor's.
There's been a lot of.
I like the Thor figure from Infinity War, the one with the lightning effect and stuff. I do like the look of that. I don't really know which one I'd go for.
I liked the Gladiator Thor as well.
Oh yeah, the Gladiator Hulk looks sick.
Yeah,
looks good.
It's again Marvel dominates.
Yeah.
Most of all the ones I can think of are mostly Marvel.
I love my Darth Vader Rogue One figure. I sold him. Mainly, I thought to myself, if I do get another Vader, if Hot Toys do the 1/4 scale, it probably would never happen because I don't have the space and I just don't care about Star Wars enough anymore. But if I was going to get one, I'd go for the 1/4 because Vader's so imposing. He'd be amazing in 1/4 scale, man. It'd be amazing.
See, I personally, I don't really have space for 1/4. It's a big, you need to have quite a lot of space. But I suppose you probably, most people would have fewer 1/4 and 1/6 just because there are fewer available.
Yeah, most people will make a choice between one or the other. I mean, I'd definitely choose a 1/6 over 1/4 now, but every now and then there's just certain figures that I sort of can't resist, like the Batman Begins stuff.
I tell you what, that I would absolutely love one of those 1/4 endoskeletons. That's one I really missed out on.
Yeah, they're nice.
And it's probably not cheap anymore, but if I ever could pick one of those up, I definitely would.
Yeah, they're
that
amazing.
Thing's a beast.
Nice.
I mean, I'd love them to redo a 1/6 because they did the Genesis ones, and they're very similar, but the chest is all weird shaped, and you want the classic. I don't want a weird shaped endoskeleton. I want the T1 or T2.
I don't know why they haven't done it because it would obviously sell well, and they're obviously capable of doing it. I don't know what's going on. I might come back to that license thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I really hope, because I mean you had the original one and I had both. I had the clean and the battle damaged ones, and at the time they were made, again. I think it just goes back to the fact that they were plastic and you just couldn't get that chrome finish. Like that. I'm guessing most of that is chrome. I'm looking up here now.
Oh yeah, his arms and his legs are mostly metal, and his middle bit there
No, I'm
he's,
getting.
he's a fair bit metal.
I would say most of it probably is.
Yeah, he is mostly metal. His head, annoyingly though, it's always the thing. Like with
Is the
Iron
head
Man.
not metal?
No, I think that's all plastic.
Well, fair play to them because from here it looks. It doesn't look any less metal than the torso.
It's true. But it's like with the Iron Man die-cast figures, I'd be a lot more tempted. Something about it. I just really want the die-cast Iron Man figures to have a die-cast head.
Yeah.
And helmet.
Do they not?
No, they're always plastic. Maybe because of the light-up feature, I don't know. But I'm not interested until they make the helmet. Because that's the one part, you see him in the movie when he drops the helmet, it always hits the ground with a big clunk. And it's just always light and plastic. And, God, man, if you do get the Iron Spider, those heads
I don't think
were so light.
I don't think
They looked it. They didn't.
So light.
I think I didn't see it in person, but watching your videos,
Oh.
they didn't look.
You want to do a video on the most disappointing figure of the year? Iron Spider. Eat a dick.
I just think that the sculpts for that didn't look like a high-end collectible. They looked like they could have been a Hasbro. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Maybe that probably is a bit harsh. Maybe I should retract
Like I said,
but
standing up straight, it looks gorgeous, but it's just a major disappointment for so many reasons. I'm not even going to go into it now. You've already seen the review, but
we don't need to go into that.
Beautiful looking figure.
So I guess out of the ones on the table, if you could only pick one,
yeah, 1/4 scale, Michael Myers, the Sheep, no question.
Yeah,
but if I was to only pick one of the Hot Toys ones, let's see, we've got Mark Hamill Joker, the Red and Black Batman, the Homecoming Spider-Man, the Training Wonder Woman, Batman Begins, and the Tactical Suit Batman. Oh, and Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
So if I was only going to pick one of those,
I
have no idea because I haven't thought about this before, but I don't know why, but I'm just gravitating towards Mark Hamill Joker.
Okay.
Because
for a second there,
yeah,
I thought you were pointing
at
Harley Quinn,
no.
and I was probably going to slap you in the face.
Because of the animated series I grew up watching, I kind of feel like this represents that, obviously, because it's Mark Hamill. But the game this is from, Arkham Asylum, I'll never forget playing that for the first time.
What I find interesting is that you picked that over Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Or Batman Begins.
Oh yeah, because I can always have the 1/4 scale.
Oh,
Batman
okay.
Begins.
Yeah, no, touche.
But Mark Hamill Joker, they nailed that. That's a stunning piece. I mean, out of everything on the table here, I mean, Wonder Woman, she's great, but she's a bit plain, like we said. Batman, black and red, he's really cool looking, but posability is not great.
And it's just a really plain.
But I got no negatives with this one, really. You know, I think it's fantastic.
No, there's nothing bad you can say about it.
Proportions, clothing,
Really?
the tailoring, the head sculpt, the paint, the accessories. Nailed it, man. Beautiful.
Yeah, there's really nothing bad you can say about that.
Very nice.
Even like the blood spatter.
Oh yeah, blood splattering all over it. Very nice.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, we
Yeah.
should wrap things up.
Yeah. So that has been our little silly video talking
Well,
about.
it's been a bit of a ramble chat.
But it might be a bit of editing to do.
I just think just
Chuck it out.
chuck it up.
Chuck it up.
Yeah, just you know,
Yeah, man.
all killer, no filler.
No. There you go. That's the stuff I got this year. Actually, there is other stuff I got this year, like I said. But
we haven't even gone into. Well, we have discussed Michael Myers, but you know, a lot of your
there's a lot of Michael Myers stuff.
like the Tanida Friday the 13th Part 2.
Oh God,
this year.
yeah.
There's we haven't really dealt. Yeah,
Gotta show that.
I mean, we haven't. I think before we filmed, we did kind of say that we weren't going to go too deep into the custom stuff.
Yeah. We had to kind of make a decision where we were going to do official Hot Toy stuff and maybe a few customs.
Because I think the only one we included was the 1/4 Michael Myers, because that's, you know, there's obviously, like you said, there's only what 10 of those. So
So that is by Tanila's Customs, and
she's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm
amazing. And Dave did the pickaxe, and just incredible work. So thank you, Tanila.
I'm looking forward to working with her with the Frank Bunny, which
I'm still going to try and convince you to get in on.
Yeah, man.
Maybe we can get.
But now that I've seen the material that you're working with, all right. Anyway, guys, bye bye.
Yeah, happy Christmas, happy New Year. Thank you for watching.
We'll be back with you very, very soon.
Ramble.
Yeah. See you later, guys. Bye bye.